In this lesson, we're going to look at functions, and we've actually been using quite a lot of functions within the course of this course in the previous lessons. We're going to be answering why functions are important, different types of functions, how functions work, scope within functions, so how we look at variables globally and locally, passing over arguments, returning values, and so on. So we've got some information here about functions as well. So unlike many object-oriented languages, there's no distinction between function definition and a method definition. And that's why sometimes you'll hear me say functions, you'll hear me say method, because really there isn't much of a distinction between them. And essentially the functions are methods and methods are functions, but it's just the way that it's treated and how it's initiated. So we've got some more information on that as we're going to be going through the course. So let's open up our editor and take a look at our previous lesson where we were looking at objects. And we can see here that we had a function in the objects. But in actuality, we've been running several functions throughout the course, and they've been things like the alert. So that was a built-in function within JavaScript. So these alerts are predefined functions, and that's why the format looks very similar to the way that we induce functions, where we've got a name of the function, and then over here we're just simply passing over an argument. And on the other side, that JavaScript understands that alert is the function, and it's picking up that argument of hello, and then from there it knows what to do. And that's essentially what a function is it gives the ability to understand what to do when, or run a piece of code in place of that variable. So we're going to have a variable, and then we know that every time we call to that value, that variable, we want to induce the function. And essentially that's how they operate. And essentially it allows you to execute a whole block of code using one predefined name. And as we look at here, we had some arguments. So these are arguments that we're passing into the function, and then we're making use of them within the function itself. And functions, just like variables, they're fundamental building blocks in JavaScript. And in order to use a function, so if we want to use a function that we haven't predefined, so create our own function, then we need to create function and indicate what we want to do with that function. I'll show you how to do that in the upcoming lesson.